Hello and welcome to Irish Football Fan TV. So these are my player ratings for Ireland's friendly away in Luxembourg. Gonna get straight into it. It was obviously a difficult game, bad results and bad performance really, to be honest. Pretty lacklustre. I was talking to Paul kind of during the game texting, and we kind of agreed it was a bit of a pre-season friendly vibes, and it kind of showed in some of the Ireland players' performances. So I'll get straight into it, starting with Max O'Leary. It was his debut for Ireland, his first appearance for Ireland, even though he was called up 6 years ago, back in 2019. And it was a good performance, a good debut for Max O'Leary. He made a really good save in the first half, and his distribution was quite good throughout the game. So I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10 for Max O'Leary. Moving on to the defenders, Nathan Collins, I thought was one of our better players. Going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. I thought all his defensive work he did well. His distribution out from the back very assured. Obviously hit the post in the first half as well after a free kick was knocked down by Dara O'Shea in their box. Quite a good performance for Nathan Collins, so 7.5 out of 10 for him. Dara O'Shea, on the other hand, I thought, look, he didn't have a bad game, but I thought some of his work on the ball was a little bit sloppy at times. A few passes went astray. His defensive work was fine, but I gave him a 6 out of 10. Robbie Brady obviously went off injured after 20 minutes, so I'm not really going to rate him. I'll rate his sub though, Ryan Manning, who played most of the game. He did okay. I thought he was lively going up and down the left wing, especially in the second half, put in some good deliveries and good crosses into the box. So 6.5 out of 10 for Ryan Manning. Jake O'Brien, unfortunately, I thought had quite a poor game. I gave him a 4 out of 10. Look, he hasn't really played that much for Ireland, and maybe this performance was a symptom of that. I thought defensively and on the ball he was quite poor. Um, Unlike his great form for Everton this season. So unfortunate, but I would say one of his lesser games. He probably knows himself. Moving on to the midfield, Jason Knight, again, I thought didn't have his best game, wasn't as influential as we come to expect Jason Knight to be. I gave him a 5 out of 10. Was a little bit sloppy at times on the ball, so that's the only reason for that. Killian Phillips, his full debut for Ireland, I gave him a 7 out of 10. I thought he was quite good, very energetic, drove Ireland forward when he got on the ball, and his pressing as well, I thought really kind of boosted us, especially in the first half. Came off quite early in the second half. Will Smallbone, it was a kind of mixed performance, I would say. At times, in the first half especially, I thought he looked like one of our more creative players, very tidy on the ball, and then at other times he was quite loose. So, ups and downs, I would say, for Will Smallbone. I gave him a 6 out of 10. Casey McAteer, kind of a similar story. In the first half, I thought he was quite good. Probably looked like Ireland's most likely player to get in the score sheet, but in the second half, he got some opportunities and was quite wasteful, thinking especially of the ball that got played over the top that he tried to hit in the volley. Just kind of bad time to do that and kind of set us back. I thought kind of killed a bit of our momentum at that time. So 6 out of 10 for Casey McAteer. Moving on to the lads up front, Evan Ferguson and Troy Parrott. Starting with Evan Ferguson, I thought it was a bit of a poor game for Evan, really. He's been playing well for Ireland despite his bad club form, and unfortunately didn't continue that streak. I thought he was quite lacklustre, lacked energy really, wasn't that creative, so 5 out of 10 for Evan. Troy Parrott, look, wasn't involved all too much. It was clear that Luxembourg kind of targeted him as Ireland's best player rightly, and they went out to kick him. I thought at times he looked like he did well and brought other players into play. So I gave Troy Parrott a 6 out of 10. Nearly got in the score sheet, obviously, in the second half. That back heel, if that had come off, would have been great, but look, it wasn't to be. Moving on to our subs, I'll just run through these really quickly. Matt Doherty didn't do much really when he came on. Obviously, didn't get that much of a chance to do much. I gave him a 5 out of 10. Didn't do anything wrong really. Adam Ida, I thought was okay when he came on, brought a different option for Ireland really, gave us that ball over the top, an outlet up front. Gave him a 6.5 out of 10. Looked likely when he came on, gave us a bit more of a threat, I thought. Moving on to Festi Ebisele. Festi, I was calling to start this game. I was hoping it was a great chance for him to get more minutes after what's been a kind of stop-start season for him, going out on loan to Turkey, but I thought he was quite poor when he came on really. He gave the ball up a few times and was a little bit wasteful, wasn't as direct as I was hoping he'd be, so 5 out of 10 for him. Jack Taylor started the game against Senegal, came on in this game, and gave us an option going forward. I thought he was quite creative and obviously hit the crossbar. Unfortunately, didn't hit the underside to go in. It would have been a great strike and a great goal, much needed, but unfortunately didn't come off. So I thought he did okay, 6.5 out of 10 for him. And then John Joe Patrick Finn, the man that we were all talking about before the game, only got the 5 minutes of added time when he was subbed on, but I thought he did quite well in that time. Short period that he was on, but won the ball back twice and gave us a bit of energy, a bit of pressing in the midfield that I thought we needed. So that's it for my player ratings. Look, it was a lacklustre game. It's been a long season. Lads are obviously tired. Going to get a well-deserved break now, so I don't think we can kind of glean too many conclusions from this game. I think we'll just move on and get straight into the qualifiers in September. But look, that's it for me. Make sure to look out for the lads are going to do a more in-depth review of that game against Luxembourg, which will come in the coming days. So make sure to look out for that. But for now, take care.